Device will make use of that. He's heading up long at the moment in its area, having a peek. Oh no, TaZ has left the game.
Oh no,
VAC authentication error. I think really.
Oh, this is
nothing's significant has happened.
Yeah, nothing's happened, so they can at least restart the round and then solve this, because this would not be the way to end this.
No, not at all.
This cannot continue. So I'm sure we'll have a not live at some point. I'm not sure. They're continuing to play the round here. We'll just commentate regardless, just in case, I guess. But you would imagine this should be replayed here, as Pash is going to take one frag. He's going to go down, and it looks like TSM are going to take this round. But again,
yeah, I think I feel like this is there's a lack of admin at the moment, because really there's someone on the stage with a microphone, and TaZ is standing up, but
yeah, this can't stand this round here. And he's going to come in. He's 1 against 2 here in this round, and it would be quite ridiculous for Neo to pull this off. Here he goes, going to get eliminated, but as you can see TaZ there on the screen, he knows this has to be a replay. VAC authentication now. He got booted from the game, and of course they called it with plenty of time. Nothing had happened in the round. No one had died. No damage had even really been exchanged.
Yeah, there was no significant map control. You had the kind of the duel with Pasha.
Plenty of time. Nothing had happened in the round. No one had died. No damage had even really been exchanged.
Yeah, there was no significant map control. You had the kind of the duel with Pasha and the TSM player in the long area, but you know, I wouldn't say anything significant happened. If it was up to me, that would be a replay.
Absolutely, absolutely, and it's one of the easier replays to do. I mean, for example, let's say Pasha had made that pick on A long. Okay, then you got a situation where something has happened, but still, it's not significant enough. You can just play on from that guy having died. That's reasonable. That's actually reasonable, because it's not. It's right at the start of the round, right?
You can see Panda on the stage now. I think we had admins looking at TaZ's machine. There is one just standing in front of it at the moment, so
I can't believe that happened in that moment.
We'll have to see what is going on. But hey, even if it gets replayed, I mean, considering like this is a complete momentum breaker for Virtus Pro.
It really is.
Despite TSM making it to match point, this completely ruins their momentum.
And you can see TSM here trying to regain their mentality.
Yeah.
So not only is Virtus Pro broken, or their momentum broken, TSM now get an extra pause. You can already see they needed one pause. That's Device saying, guys, what the hell is happening right now? We're letting it happen again. It's happening again, guys. It's happening again.
Yeah, this is Groundhog Day at the moment. Device is like, look, we need to wreck these boys. They keep winning all the rounds. We need to win one round, then they're out, and we're still in. Cuban's just chilling out. He's been here before, Star Series, many times, as we said before. So we'll just have to wait. Normally when this issue happens, this VAC authentication error, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes for it to be fixed. There was that one notorious game where it happened to exist like 5-6 times in a row. It just was non-stop happening. So hopefully that doesn't happen today, because what if it happens again straight afterwards, but in a more serious part of the round? Then you end up in a very horrible situation indeed.
Yeah, definitely. In that situation, we'll be in for quite a lot of delays. I don't really even know how that it works. And I think there's generally an error, an enigmatic thing that happens. VAC authentication errors. There can be so many reasons for it to happen, and it's hard to actually eliminate and troubleshoot it. So, Volvo, please.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird. Like there's 10 guys all on the same connection. One person drops, but they're all connected to the same servers from the same line. But hey, I'm not a technician. You can see we've got Vlad on the stage talking to his boys. We've got Panda talking to the TSM guys at the moment. So TaZ maybe trying to reconnect. At the moment we've got Snacks by Ali on the server, Cajun Beat, Zipnix, and there's an SLTV admin as well.
The thing is that VP, I can tell you that they knew they were winning. They were taking it to overtime, winning this match. That's the mentality. That's the level that they had actually gotten to in their minds, because they actually could see that they had broken TSM mentally. Because this is like a very real, intangible aspect of pro-level matches in high-level competition. Sometimes you can see by the way that these intricate little tells that this player, who normally you would take this duel, he either doesn't take that duel or you just destroy him, because you have the confidence, and then you take that fight and it's easier than it should, and you know it's easier than it should
Yeah.
be. You can
Yeah.
see that they're broken, and that's the situation Virtus Pro had. They knew that they had broken TSM mentally. TSM, they were like, we've seen this movie before, let's hit the pause button and see what we can get. They played the pause out, and still they were having problems. So this is a crazy situation.
Yeah, I can only guess that there wasn't an admin in position on the server to just type to the players, which is why they just continued. Despite you kind of got a not live message in there from the Virtus Pro players, and they said stop, and Zipnik said no. But I think there was like a smiley face thing there, so I'm not even sure if he was joking or not. So it's just a very grey situation, and you could see there was a bit of possibly a heated exchange between the two teams. You know, it's a difficult situation when you're up against it, when you're being dominated round after round. Okay, we've just got the message that the round is indeed going to be replayed. So that's fantastic news for both teams and the integrity of the match as well.
Exactly, yeah.
But again, now it comes down to this break, and this is a long break. This is not a short break. When you're in the zone, I mean, you saw TaZ on the picture during those rounds. He was completely focused on slaughtering Danish players in this match.
Oh yeah. And the thing about this match as well is that this match is insanely. These are two huge storylines. This is Virtus Pro, where they could get started, to come back in to have just a wrecking, like a horribly, crazily amazing performance in the rest of the tournament. They could start really getting the ball and the momentum rolling, because that's the kind of team Virtus Pro is. That's why there's this concept of Virtus Plow. The entire point is that the momentum gets so crazy that they all suddenly become invigorated, rejuvenated. They have so much clutch potential, and they start doing inexplicable, crazy things to you, and it feels like they're unstoppable. That's what they're about. That's what was getting going, and for them to do it in this way after being so close to being down and out, can you imagine how amazing that must feel as a player? You will feel like nothing can get worse. Nothing can be so bad that you can't come back from it. So that's a great place to find yourself in a big match going into the rest of the tournament, and that's where they might have been, because they were looking like they were about to close into the overtime. And TSM, of course, I mean, the storyline is the choking thing, like you highlighted. And
Right.
James, it's not that they were trying to prevent the choking thing. It's happened. They are choking. It's happening right now. But it's the slippery slope. Are they sliding down too fast to stop themselves, or what was going to happen here?
Both teams cannot afford to lose this match. Virtus Pro, they can't go out of the tournament at this stage after NIP's dominance over them. It was like I was playing NIP. The way the score was, it was crazy. They can't go out at this stage. The story needs to go further than that to kind of, so they don't lose face almost. TSM cannot afford to lose this match the way the first half has gone, because then it's all going to be choke.
I mean, how hard to recover from it is it? Because usually you can have stuff like this that happens, that like these mental blocks that happen, and sometimes they're little humps, and it gets to you a little bit, and then you have like a good result or something that contradicts whatever that mental hump was, and you're like, okay, we're over it now, and you can continue your life. But when this happens again, and then again, and then you're like, well, this choking is a thing now. And this is the reason why it's such a negative connotation in sports, is because it ruins careers. It can ruin careers because it can become such a huge thing that's so ingrained and pre-programmed almost, that this happens when we're close.
Actually, if you look at the AMA that Fifth Laren did on Reddit, I asked him how the negative comments from the community affected his gameplay, and he basically said, one second, we have a match. Okay, we have a match delay because TSM have asked for a timeout. Okay, so we're going to have a longer delay here, as TSM have asked for a timeout. So again, I think this could be just to have a chat. This could be for strategic purposes. Again, with regards to the momentum thing, but going back to Fifth Laren, in his AMA, he said that all the negative, because he got hounded by some parts of the community worse than any other player I've seen, and he said that sometimes it could affect him horribly, basically, and it makes him doubt himself. And if you doubt yourself, just like we feel like Virtus Pro had rounds where they were second guessing themselves on the Inferno.
Yep.
If you have self doubt, then you can consume yourself. Then you get into kind of like spontaneous human combustion, basically.
there is a thing in psychology. I mean, when I was doing A-level psychology, you learn all kinds of random stuff. But I can't remember which course it was exactly. But one of them, they're talking about labeling and how labeling and that association of identity can almost create that association within that person. Like if I label someone as a criminal or something or something like that, or give them this label, and they keep reinforcing it, then they can, even though they weren't that in the first place, can actually start to assume that and become that identity. There's an element of stuff like that, and that's why the choking thing can be so dangerous to players, and that's why I'm so afraid for TSM, and it must be so gutting to be in that position. I mean, having been the player. Well, it's time to take a little bit of a break, guys, and we'll throw you over to the analysts to have their thoughts.